Hello, everybody. Help. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm kind of in a panic mode of setting up here because I've been kind of busy all day. Um, so I didn't get the chance to get set up like I wanted to. So just give me a second. I got everything tangled up. Went grocery shopping. Decided to go grocery shopping, being that I won't be able to for a while. At least not for a couple of weeks. So that kind of took longer than expected. Me and my slow ass and trying to make up decisions. Do I want to get this or I want to get that or should I get this? No, I'll get that. I'll get this. No, maybe I should. No, I just. But hello, welcome to another live show at Rick's Tech Pub. I'm trying to liven things up here. Give me a second. Okay, as long as it's pretty much quiet out, I'm gonna leave the window open. But the second that train shows up, or if it starts getting noisy outside, I'll look up the traffic pics. Hello, Ken. Thank you on the audio. Telling me the audio's good. Oh, I tell you what, guys, I am ready for that damn surgery. After grocery shopping today. Oh, ay. It's not tomorrow, but Wednesday. Yeah, I am ready. The way I'm feeling today. Maybe grocery shopping may not have been the best thing to do, but I also know that I needed to get things, and today was gonna be the Sam Hell. That's a lousy design. Don't even have a grommet on that to keep it tight. It's just kind of wiggly in there. Oh well. Oh, my dad's coming. He's coming all the way up from Salina, Kansas. I don't know. I forgot to tell you guys about that. That my dad is gonna be here. My mom's gonna be here. So I'm gonna have all kinds of family around me tomorrow because they're all acting like this is a big tragedy, something bad happening, and in case everything goes south, they all want to be at the hospital, but I don't know why they're acting like that. My dad decided, hey, I want to come up there. He was gonna come up and see me anyhow this year, and about this time of year, but I was thinking of maybe putting it off till next month. But then this hernia surgery thing showed up, and Dad said, "Well, when do you want me up there?" He asked me, he said, "Would you like me up there for your surgery?" Like, Dad, you don't have to come up here. I don't know what Mom told you, but I'm not dying. Um, I don't like that either. Um, but he was gonna come up here, and he's only gonna see me for like a half day. So he gets up here around 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'll spend 4 or 5 hours with him. We'll go out to eat. The last time I'll be able to go out to eat, for a while at least. Um, I'm not sure. 'Cause I know he's gonna. I know he's gonna ask me, "Where do you want to go to eat?" You're asking me. Um, I don't know. Because I know he's gonna ask me if I've ate yet, and I said, "Well, if you're here at 1:30, 2 o'clock, um, I don't know. I could probably hold off and have lunch with him. Although he's probably not gonna hold off, and he'll probably stop somewhere along the way and get something to eat. So I don't know how tomorrow's gonna work out. Um, Hello, Jeff. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Tony. Darren. Hello, everybody in chat. Glad to see you here today. Um, there won't be a live stream tomorrow. I can promise you that. Um, because by the time my dad gets here, and by the time I get the doctor's call from the hospital telling me when I'm, well, not, it's the nurse that's gonna call me. It's the nurse for procedure operations and whatever. Um, they're gonna call me around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So, um, my dad's supposed to show up around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I may have to send him that. I may have to send him a text tonight, just to make sure that he gets it, and just kind of tell him that, Dad, hold off. I'm gonna be getting a phone call around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So if you could show up around 2:15, 2:10, 2:15. Ouch, that hurt. Um, I'll have to rearrange when he gets here. He's gonna come up here to my apartment. I think he might not. He hasn't stepped foot in this building for a number of years. So I think I'll just go and down to the park lot and get in his car, his Cadillac XRS. I think it's an SUV. I don't know. I'll have to look tomorrow. I think it's a Cadillac XRS. It's a 4.7 liter. So when he steps on it, you definitely kind of just you feel it. And he's done it plenty of times. My dad's more of a person to have his foot on the floor than relaxed, easy driving. He takes off from a stop sign or a stoplight, you definitely know it because you're like, oh god. So that's the kind of driving. I'll have to tell him to kind of take it easy because my gut can't take up with that kind of pressure. Not today, not tomorrow, not for a while. In fact, I've got a friend that's got a high end sports vehicle. It's got 8 or 900 horsepower in it. It's a nice vehicle, but he overbuilt the engine. He overbuilt the engine for what that thing is. So when he steps on it, you're just it's wild. Same thing with my dad's Cadillac. He steps on it lightly, and you're just kind of wanting to hold on to your guts. So I'll have to tell him to be gentle because I ain't gonna put up with that tomorrow. So, and I'm sure he knows that. He's just automatically aware that I'm hurting down here, and he'll take it easy. I hope. I hope he doesn't drive like a NASCAR driver, but I don't know. He might. Good, anything good? I missed lunch. Yeah, Charlie, I did too. Yeah, I clearly. Well, actually, I didn't. I was eating there. I was in my bedroom listening to 80s rock music. Which, by the way, my friend Jackie absolutely hates. She likes this new techno rap music. I can't stand it. I looked at her yesterday and I said, "How can you stand listening to that crap?" So, well, you're an 80s kid. It's like, well, at least that music makes sense. Oh, she didn't like me saying that. Brett just standing there laughing. It was funny. She rolled her eyes over to Brett. She rolled her eyes back to me. He said, "Well, you guys think that's funny?" Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's not funny. I don't know why but me and Brett just kind of stopped laughing suddenly. Um, she doesn't like the 70s and 80s, and a lot of the 90s. She's into this new age hip hop rap music. I can't stand it. I just will not listen to it unless I'm at their house like I was yesterday. Brett came picked me up for a couple of hours, and Jackie was listening to that music, and I couldn't sing one song. I couldn't sing one word of that song. And I looked at her and said, "What kind of music are you listening to?" So I looked at the list that she's going through, and I don't recognize one song. They're all from 2022 up to today. And she's 35, 36, I think. She just had a birthday the other day, and I forgot to ask her. It's kind of offensive around here if someone has a birthday, and I was over at her house the other day, and I told her happy birthday, but I forgot to ask how old she was. Um, I need to get Brett's and her birthday wrote down so I don't forget them. I forgot it this year. Yeah, we're definitely raining outside. I forgot it last year, and damn it, I won't forget it. I forgot it this year too, so I'm gonna have to write it down because I went over there the other day, and one of the gals that was over there was telling her happy birthday, Jackie. Like, it's your birthday? Well, not technically today, tomorrow, but or was it? I think it. Yeah, it was the next day, I think. But we are in a cloudy, rainy, kind of a blah day. No sun. And believe it or not, there's zero wind. Those tree leaves are not moving at all. I mean, they're not moving. No, it's perfectly still outside. It's raining, but there's absolutely no wind. I'd imagine if I looked at the weather, they say the weather is the winds are zero. Well, maybe not zero, but let me check here real quick. I'm not seeing those tree leaves move at all. 70 degrees and raining. So that's your central Minnesota's forecast. It's 70 degrees, overcast, and light rain. Let's see. AccuAccu. ACCU. Wow, went right to it that time. 70 degrees. Yeah, I know that. Well, what's the wind? 5 miles an hour. But you're not going to notice a wind at 5 miles an hour. You're not going to feel it. Yeah, at least around here you're not. I mean, okay, the leaves down lower are kind of moving a little bit, but not like they were the other day where I was seeing those big, huge, round trees starting to bend in half. Or bend. I thought they were going to snap in half, but those two big trees out there have been doing that ever since I've lived here. And I've been here, what, almost 14 years? Those two trees are still there, and I've seen when they're soaking wet, they'll just literally bend in half, and they'll just slowly straighten back out. It's amazing how trees can do that. Trees are just kind of amazing. When they're under stress like that from a severe thunderstorm and high winds, they'll just bend themselves over and then straighten themselves back out. They're still standing straight as they always have been. But when the wind gets bad, they'll literally bend in half. And the wind and the rain and everything lets up, they'll straighten back out. I'm I'm surprised they haven't snapped yet. As many times as they have done that, and they haven't snapped in half yet. Kind of surprising. So, there's just a few of you guys here today. No, yes, no. Oh, what's his name? Stan. Yeah, Stan's not here today. They are absent. So I am going to spend the rest of my day finishing up my laundry. I've got some friends that have come up here and they're gonna sweep and mop my floor for me because I really shouldn't be doing any more else than what I've been doing already today. Grocery shopping was enough. That was oh, $281 is what I spent. But I got some fruit. I got some watermelon. I got some grapes. I got things to light foods to eat. And then later on today, if it's not raining too hard, I'm gonna go over to the Family Dollar and no, not Family Dollar, not Family. What the hell is it? Dollar General. Um, I go over there and get some things, and then I gotta go over to Holiday and get my natural ice or that ice stuff I'm getting. I can't remember the name of it. Getting about 4 or 5 of those. Um, I still got a few things I need to get before I'm completely laid up Thursday. Because I know the surgeon's going to tell me you go home, you go to bed, you do nothing for at least 2 days. Nothing. Just lay there in bed and relax. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard for me to do, but I'm going to have to. Just practice laying in bed and just doing nothing. That's the hardest thing for me to do. Because I know there's things around here that need to be done. There's things out in the bike area that need to be done. I've got bikes there I need to work on. Because I put a notice downstairs on the second floor that if anybody would like their bike looked at, fixed, repaired, I won't paint them, and I won't do other kind of ridiculousness, but need brake cables replaced, the chain replaced, whatever, tires changed. I'll do that, but that's after. Well, I put the notice out. I really shouldn't have done that, but I got some of them to do tomorrow. I need to take the trailer. I might have to have those dropped off because I don't have time today. But I was gonna go take the trailer and get those 4 tires, five tires, for two bikes downstairs. Actually, I need to get 6 tires because I need to replace the tire that's over there over on the desk over here. This one. I need to replace this one because one of these days I need to put this tire on my bike. I also need to get a new seat, new handlebar grips. I need to get my tool out and check for the chain, see if it needs to be replaced. There's a simple little tool that you put on the chain, and if it falls inside the hook, but if it falls kind of dead even with the end of it, you're still good. But if it falls in the hook, the little half circle, the half moon thing or whatever, if it's over to the left far enough enough, then the chain needs to be replaced. And I know mine's getting close to being replaced. It's got close to 1,000 miles on it, if not over. I'd have to do my calculations. I keep a log book of my miles, especially when I'm doing deliveries. I kind of like to know how many miles it is from point A to point B and back. So I've got a log book of that. That reminds me, need your guys' help on that. Wintermute, are you here? No, he's not. I might have to ask him tonight, or anybody. Damn phone. Shut off. Thank you. May have to ask him or anybody if there is, like those truckers that have the guys that drive the 18-wheelers, they have their logbook. I'm actually needing something like that because after I get done with recovery, I hope he says I cannot be on my bike for more than a week. Because I've got in 9 days, I've got to head north. Then I head up to Nissawah with the trailer. Pick up 100 and some pounds here in Brainerd, or more than 100. It'll be 100, 200, and no, it won't be. I forget what she said. 192 to almost 200 pounds. And I've got the 2 trailers, so if you combine them together, these can take 160. Combine them together, my overall weight is about 220, 230. I really can't go any heavier than that because the center of the trailer is gonna start to bend. So it's a steel trailer, and but it'll bend if I put too much in it. So I need to create my own kind of logbook, and I just also have to have one online, but I have to have one in tablet form. Doing it this way works, but not really. I mean, the size of it works, but I've got everything else in here that I've been writing for the last 3 years. So I need to get something like this so I can have my own logbook so that I can tell where I've been, when I got there. I need to put a name on it for picked up from who, dropped off to who, pickup time for the delivery, drop off time. Usually I'm going to see if I can get it so I'm not deadheading back. I'll see if there's anything that Brainerd needs, and while I'm there in Nisswa or wherever, I'll pick that up so I don't come back empty. You gotta make it worth my time doing this, and that's what I told the guy. I said, you guys gotta make this worth my time. If you're just gonna have me going there and deadheading empty, where's the money in it for me? There's nothing. I don't get picked up. I don't get paid for the drop-offs. I get paid for the traveling. So if I'm coming back with nothing, I get nothing. So, and he said, yeah, you're working this just like a regular truck driver does. No, yeah, that's about the only way it can work. I can't come back empty, and I can't come back with no money in my pocket, so we need to work that out. So he's up in Nisswa working that end out for, so he's going to talk to a bunch of people up there. He's going to have a board meeting, actually, about me. He's got my picture of my face. I just took one of my pictures I have on my phone, and I sent it to him. It's kind of a crappy picture, but he's got it. He said he's a photo editor, so he can kind of freshen it up a little bit and kind of make it look better than it does. And I kind of look like in that picture, so he's gonna doctor it up a little bit, so that people get to know who I am. They'll have my phone number, which I'm kind of nervous about. There's about 40 some people up in that area. They're gonna have my phone number, my texting phone. And I really don't want them to have my. He said, well, that's the only way it's gonna work. How they can't call him. They can't call him to call me. They'll need to call me directly for the deliveries. If when I get them picked up here in Brainerd, and then I go all the way up there and drop them off, because I don't know, the thing with computers here in this area, it's just kind of gone dry. I remember Carrie talking about that. In Arizona, that things were just kind of starting to slow down, but school's going to be starting again, and in fact, it has started in Arizona, I think. What the hell is that too? ED788IMS, not 190. What in the world did I write that for? I hope that's nothing to anything important. I think I forgot what I wrote that number down for. Oh well, I mean, if someone calls about something and having a number that starts off with E7D, it's like, oh yeah, now I know what that is. They'll remind me, because they'll call me. Did you forget? Like, did I forget what? They'll remind me. The ED say, oh yeah, that's what that's for. I just right now I can't think of what that is. But somebody's gonna call me and remind me. Did you forget? Yeah, I did. One of the things I've got to do while I'm sitting here, laying in bed, which I won't be. I won't be laying in bed. I'll be laying in bed, I think, for if I get home around 11:30 or 12, Thursday. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. I'll have to ask the doctor and the surgeon and see what I can do on the first day. He may want me to do absolutely nothing, which is gonna suck. You're gonna do absolutely nothing today. Do you know how to do nothing? No, that's the one thing I don't know how to do. I do not know how to do nothing. But I think this time, I'm gonna have to learn because the doctors and the surgeon is pretty sure that me not relaxing like I should have the first time and him not doing the mesh the first time was the reason this came back 6 or 7 years later. He said it shouldn't have. I said, well, it did. He said, well, it's not going to this time. But he told me I'm going to have to listen to a set of instructions for at least the first 3 days that I'm probably not going to like. So, he said, but if you want your life to return back to a healthy condition to what it was before you got here, then you're going to have to listen to what I tell you. And I don't think I'm going to like what he says. Otherwise, you can come back to the hospital. We can do this all over again. No. That's quite all right. Okay. Because my mom told him the first time, Rick went home and he started cleaning his closet and started doing. He said, yeah, he probably shouldn't have done that. This time, he won't. Damn. But it's for the better. I mean, if I don't want to go through this again in 6, 7 years, then yeah, I'm gonna have to do nothing for about 2 or 3 days. I mean, I'll be up walking around. Well, Thursday when I get home, I'll be in bed all day and all night. Friday. Oh, that's gonna suck. Friday. And I'm gonna be at home. It just dawned on me. Friday, supposed to be my good day, happy day, out doing things with everybody, and I'm gonna be stuck in bed. It's not. That just dawned on me. I'm gonna be laying in bed on a Friday. But I can't blame the doctor for kind of being a little pissy at me because I'm going to tell him I want to go home. I got stuff to get done and I got stuff to do. I got places to go. And he said, no. No. You are going to go home, stay in bed for 2 days, and I don't care what you do after that. But the 2 days, you're in bed. Like, really? Yeah, really. Okay, all right. Okay, if that's what you wish. But I kind of told him in my chart, I said, you've kind of wrecked my Friday. And he wrote back to me, he said, yeah, Rick, I apologize for that. But if you want this hernia surgery to go the way it's supposed to, you really shouldn't be doing anything. Probably not until Saturday afternoon, and you can get up, probably try to go down the second floor and linger around there for 10, 15 minutes and then get back upstairs. And if I have any kind of pain, any kind of discomfort, I'm supposed to call them immediately. I don't want to because they want me to come back to the hospital or the clinic. They kind of take a look-see at it. It's like, nah. I had pain last time. I ignored it. I'll do fine. Yeah, I got this whole drawer thing to clean out. So I do have things to do. It's just a matter of when the doctor's going to let me get back to it. See what I just did there? I leaned over and picked something off the floor. Thursday and Friday, I won't be doing that. I drop something on the floor, it stays there. I hate being a pig. I hate it when things are on the floor. I don't know about you guys, but when something drops on the floor, you pick it up. Or at least I do. I won't be able to do that Thursday, Friday, and part of Saturday. Because I know he'll tell me at least 2 or 3 days and no bending. Just no bending over to pick something off the floor. If you drop it, it stays there. But really, I'm not accustomed to doing that. So, but that is my story, guys, and I'm kind of sticking to it. That's what I'll be doing for the next couple of days is nothing. I do not like doing nothing. It's just, it bothers me. And my mom told me today that she's aware of the fact that she knows I hate doing nothing. But this won't last for too long. Only maybe 2 days of doing nothing, and then on the third day I get to go downstairs and kind of linger around there for a while. But after that, I'll come back upstairs and kind of just be lazy. I wish I could lay on my couch or rock a recliner, but that's not long enough because otherwise my feet stick up at the end. And it's kind of uncomfortable. You just keep sitting here rocking and you just kind of sit there and you stop, but you're kind of at an angle because this whole thing will tilt forward and you sit on it. So it's not a good rocker recliner to lay down on. So I miss couches that I used to be able to lay down on and sleep. Can't on this one. Not long enough. But I am still. Yeah, it's a damn good thing I didn't get rid of that. But I never knew this was going to happen either, so I didn't know I was going to be having another hernia surgery and having people come up here and needing a place to sit down. Oh. Yeah, no wonder why I have a hernia. I'm not one to just sit. I can't sit. I get extremely bored extremely quickly. But, last time it was, if the doctor had put it, and he admitted this, if we had done the mesh the first time, odds are he probably wouldn't be coming back. But he didn't think of that this time, and that's why I'm going to have to be laid up maybe a little bit more longer than normal, because that mesh takes time to mesh into everything and kind of glue itself in place. That takes a few days. So a couple of days in inactivity, and then the third day said you can go downstairs, but you feel any kind of pain, any kind of like you're getting poked by a wire or anything it's not wire, but well, it's a mesh of some kind. But if you feel like you're getting prodded and poked in there, then lay back down because it needs to stretch out. And the only way it can stretch out is if you're laying down. So, yeah. I am not going to be a happy boy for the next. Well, tomorrow I'll be fine. But after that, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. Yeah. But by Monday, I'll be up walking around. Probably won't be doing stairs yet, but I'll be coming and going like I have been. He'll keep me off my bike probably for 2 weeks, which is gonna suck. Everything about this is just, it's a money losing deal. Yesterday I had to call a bunch of other people and put everything on hold, and which means I won't be getting paid for those jobs until I get back to work. So that's kind of new. I mean, I'm not anywhere near broke, but my mom asked me how am I doing and not spending. Like, well, says, yeah, I looked at your bank account and the reason I'm asking is who's this Joe guy that you bought something? Think he had one of those what you call it for a doohickey thing for a whatever. That was like $40 and I got that from him. And she has to read the text on our screen to hear to watch what I'm saying because she can't hear me on the phone. So her phone actually writes out what I'm saying. It's kind of a neat phone. The cell phone she's gonna have is for the hearing impaired. It will write out what the other person is saying, but she can also see the other person because one way she can see what you're saying is she reads your lips. Because, be honest with you, if you're more than 2 feet away from her, she can't hear you. Even with the hearing aids in, the hearing aids, unless she's in a perfectly quiet room like her house, but if she's like in a hospital room where there's other people around here talking, she won't hear what I'm saying. She'll have to read my lips because, and I have to learn to talk slower, which I talk a mile in a minute and a half. It's just so she's telling me, Rick, slow down. I can't read what you're saying so damn fast. Like, well, if you're on the kind of, I'm used to these time crunches where here in my town, you've got only so many seconds to say what you've got to say, and people have got to get going. They've got to get out the door. So they say what you got to say, but say it quick because I got to go. Okay, thank you. They leave. So I've kind of learned how to be a fast talker because they've only got minutes on the clock and they've got to get going. Everybody's like that. Everybody. People at home, people in the store, people out the street. They only have a few seconds to talk to you because they've got to go. They've got places to do, places to go, people to talk to. However that saying goes, they just got to go. They don't have time to talk. Um, which is kind of, for me, kind of sucky because I like to sit down every once in a while and just have a good old chit chat for 25 minutes with somebody, but nobody here, they ain't got time for that. Nobody got time for that. They don't got time to chit chat because they don't get paid for it. So they don't want to do it. I was over at Brett and Jackie's yesterday, and Jackie didn't really have time to talk because she had things to do. Brett was just kind of sitting there going in circles in the basement downstairs where we were at. And I said, Brett, you looking for something to do? And he said, no, I'm just kind of contemplating things. And they go, well, how about you and I go in the other room, let the ladies sit here and talk and jibber jabber, and we'll go off and find something to do. Which we did. I took the rest of the wiring off. What? Okay. I was just doing. Okay, I don't know whose live stream that was. I just missed. Um, no, yes, Essentia Health. New employment offers. They keep doing that. They get. Okay, phone, shut up. I've heard enough. You've been sending me notification. You give me the sound for the notification, but then there's no notification. So, shut your pie hole. There. Now it's quiet. Yeah, it's done. Um, yeah, I was over at Brett and Jackie's, and I don't know. She just kind of started, but she kind of started ignoring me, talking to her other female friend, and I'm just kind of sitting there. I was like, guys, I'm just sitting right here. You're gonna talk to me. Brett comes flying in. He looks at me, looks at them, and say, "Yeah, Brett, I'm coming with you." I got up. I went in the other room with him. He's got a bunch of projects he works on in there. His wood projects, electrical, whatever he wants to work on. They've got a room full of stuff up to the ceiling in some areas. So he's got plenty of projects to do. Let's go in there and work on them with him. I'll do something. I'll do that for an hour or two and then come home, which is why I wasn't on Zoom Homies last night. For one thing, I just didn't quite feel like it. Sometimes you need interaction with people, and sometimes those people on the Zoom Homies, they just don't talk. So I'm just sitting here listening to dead silence, and I said, when Brett called me, he said, "You doing anything tonight?" It's like, not unless you give me something to do. Because otherwise, I'm going to be on the Zoom Homies just kind of sitting here. Why don't you come over here instead? I've got a few projects for us to work on. So the first part, I was sitting there listening to Jackie. She was telling me about the Ren Festival the Renaissance Festival she was working at, which I guess for her kind of just sucked. Um, she didn't she didn't have too much fun. So But yeah, um, ouch, that hurt. Um, come on, get off the hill. Yeah, my train of thought just went out the door. Um, come on, get with it. Yeah. Um, so I came home last night. It was what I don't know, 5 to 9, 10 to 9, and I just didn't feel like doing the Zoom homies last night. I was like, I think I'm gonna avoid them tonight and just try to get stuff around here done, which I probably shouldn't be doing because my mom told me today, you get upstairs, you get done putting your groceries away, lay in bed for an hour or two. Really? I haven't had surgery yet, and you're telling me to lay in bed? Well, you said you were hurting. Well, yeah, that's because I've been doing things. Yeah, okay, yeah, point taken. Obviously, I didn't listen. I'm sitting here on a Zoom or live stream, and I think after this, I'm gonna go and put the rest of my groceries away, and then go throw in a movie and lay down in bed. I think that's the better thing to do. Take some meds, probably go to sleep for a couple of hours. Yeah, that might be the smarter thing to do. Lay around and do nothing. Because I've got to kind of get used to it, because for the next 4 days, I am going to be doing nothing. Because I can't be outside. Ah, I may have to send somebody over to the store and get that stuff for me. And I was wanting a couple of things from Dollar General, but it's raining, and yeah, I may have to pay somebody a couple of dollars, send them over to the Dollar General, and pick up some spice drops, jelly beans. Oh, I forgot my natural ice, the ice drinks that I was having last night. Damn it. I knew I was forgetting something. I can have my dad when he comes up here tomorrow. I can have my dad. Yeah, he'll take me. I was just telling him, hey, Dad, you want to sneak me in on a holiday real quick? I gotta get a few things. It's like, what? Well, I gotta get some drinks. I'm not having Mountain Dew anymore, or Pepsi, or any kind of pop. Jackie offered me a Coke last night, and I said, no. What are you trying to do, Jackie? Put me in the hospital? Oh, that's right. You have. She keeps forgetting. Um. So yeah, I can't have Coke. Coke would have definitely put me in the hospital last night, because the way I've been feeling and the way I'm feeling today, if I would have drank that Coke, no, thank you. I looked at that and said, Coca-Cola, no, no, you can keep it. Then she said, oh, that's right, you can't. Well, it's not that I can't, I won't. Especially Coke, because Coke will. Uh, I don't really. I used to like Coke when I was in elementary school, up to about eighth or ninth grade. I used to like Coke, but nowadays I look at Coke like, bleh, no, thank you. Oh, so the next best thing I can have is that ice stuff that I was drinking last night. So it's it's bubbly. It's I don't know. It's good. Um, not really carbonated, but it's kind of I don't know what it is. I'll have to look at that later and see what it is, but it's good. It doesn't flare up my colitis. Has 0 calories, 0 fats, 0 everything. So I think I'll have maybe get 2 or 3. I might. I don't know. I might go today if it stops raining. This is the other thing I was wanting to look at. How long is this rain gonna last? Because if it's gonna be till mid afternoon, which we are mid afternoon, so I'm wondering, is our weather gonna end today? I kind of doubt it because they said it was gonna rain all day last night, which I was not in favor of. Let's go to daily. Human considerable cloudiness and a couple of thunderstorms this morning, followed by a shower in spots this afternoon. Really? Because what I'm seeing, yeah, it's raining all day. That's a steady rain that's going to be all day. It's not going to be showers in spots. What are they talking about? It's going to rain here all day. Probably till 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe. So I don't know. I might try later on this afternoon getting out and biking to Holiday and getting a few drinks. My forget the name of the damn things. So that's kind of what I'm doing, guys. How are you doing? Sorry for ignoring you. I'm just kind of chit chatting, just kind of pondering about Wednesday. Every time you go under, you always wonder if you're gonna come back. I know you will. I know it's nothing to worry, but I always wonder. They're gonna flip me onto the other side of consciousness. Am I gonna come back to this side of it? I always wonder. I know I will, but you never know. You just, I've always wondered. It's like, yeah, you're gonna put me out, but am I gonna wake back up? They always look at me kind of cross-eyed and say, "Of course you will." You sure I'm going to? Rex, stop worrying. You're gonna be fine. It's like, all right, I'm just wondering because you put me into a different state that I don't like going into. The doctor said, Rick, you'll be fine. You've done this before. Why are you asking the questions now? Well, I asked you last time, remember? No, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago, but Rick, you'll be fine. Yes, you're going on the other side of consciousness, but you'll be fine. You're only going to be unconscious for what, 20, maybe 25 minutes? So for me, it's going to seem like a snap. I fall asleep and then I just immediately wake back up, but in between that, immediately and getting put out, they did the surgery. So for me, it's just going to be a half second or two and I'll wake back up, but it's actually been a half hour. I think they put me out for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and then they just kind of go in there and. Glad I'm not awake for that. I think he was going to try doing the non-invasive this time, which means, I'll show you. He's going to come in on this side right here. He's going to drill all the way through to where my hernia is, and he's going to kind of have he's going to do it robotically, I think. I think he said that's how he's going to do it because it's quicker, more sanitary. It's just better. He's just going to have 2 little clamps go in there and just snip it and just pluck it. He'll be at the, and they'll have 2 nurses on either side. It'll be another doctor kind of watching the machines, watching my vitals. But he said this is going to happen so doggone quickly that you're going to wake up and you say, well, when am I going to go to surgery? Rick, you're done. Like, what do you mean? I'm sick. Oh, you did the surgery. Oh, okay. Oh, that was quick. That's what I said last time. I'm sure I'm going to say the same thing this time. It's like, wake back up or whatever. It's like, well, you guys can start the surgery. I'm all ready for this. Like, oh, we're done already. Like, huh? Like, oh, you are done. Holy shit. Then the doctor will come in and say, well, Rick, your surgery was successful. Whatever, I can't remember what he said, but I'm sure he's going to say the same thing this time. It's like, it was successful, you're done, you're good, but... And then he's going to give me the bad news. No activity for at least a week. I know, he said, he already told me, I know you're not going to like what I'm going to tell you afterwards, but if you want this to be more successful than the first one, you're going to have to just learn to lay around and do nothing. Okay. So I've got other things I got to do here. I've got things that I got to order. I talked to my mom today, and I told her I need to spend a couple $100 on a couple of things I need to get from Amazon. One of them's trailer tires. Um, I do need about 4 sets of those. Um, I'm gonna see if I can get my handlebar grips, and I'm also gonna see if I can get my seat. 'Cause my seat is starting to get cracks in it. 'Cause it's been out in the sun. It's gotten dry heated. It's gotten wet, and it's just starting to tear. So um, I need to replace it. In fact, I think this winter, maybe this fall, I'm gonna start looking for a new bike. Gonna save up my pennies. Gonna put money into a different account or start shoving the money aside because this next bike I'm gonna get, I know is gonna be over 1,000. Um, and my mom's gonna guard every single cent of that because she'll go into Easy Riders with me. She'll pull the owner off to the side and say, he's gonna spend a lot of money. I don't want him blowing his money, so let's get him something he's gonna use, and it's gonna be over $1,000. Ken already told me. I was in there about a week ago, and I said, "What's your new bike prices up to?" He said, "Every single one of them are over 1,000." Ah, my last one was 992. This one won't be. Okay, damn it. But I gotta get a cargo bag. I gotta get a bike rack. Um, gotta get some lights. Gotta get a tail light. Which reminds me, I still need to get tail lights for my trailer. Hello, Heather. Hello, Headstash. What are some of the movies I'm gonna watch? Um, I don't know. I've been kind of starting to watch the Blue Bloods over again. Some episodes. I think I started on episode 2, season whatever. No, season 2, episode. I think I'm on 3. So I've been kind of watching the Blue Bloods over again. CSI Miami. With Horatio Kane. Um, might watch some of those. I've got some other movies that I can't think of the name right now, but I've got about, oh god, what, 45 movies that I can watch. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna keep myself in the apartment on Thursday. Because the problem is I get bored really quick. Really quick. So I'm just gonna be sitting here, I'm gonna look at my keys, and I'm sitting here looking at my keys like, God, I wanna go, but I know I can't. And that's gonna be the hardest thing. That's gonna be the hardest thing for me is my keys are sitting right there. I can just walk out the door. Like, can't do that. So I'm gonna watch the movies. Um, I got a whole bunch of movies in the closet. I gotta hook up my DVD player up to my. Actually, no, I can't. I can't. Nah, wait a minute. No, I can't. I was gonna say I was gonna hook it up to my computer and do it that way, but I just realized that doesn't have an HDMI in. And HDMI out, not in. Um, so I can't hook up to my computer, put a DVD movie, close it, and hit play. It won't play on my computer. Unless William Dawson has a way for me to do it. I'll talk to him about that tonight. If I'm feeling good enough, I mean, I might just keep it short, be on Zoom for maybe an hour, and just It's just sitting here is definitely an uncomfortable thing to do. I mean, that's why I got off last night because I was starting to fall asleep. I was starting to do the head bobbing thing, and this hernia was telling me, "Get off your ass, Rick, and go to bed." That's why I got off last night. Just kind of suddenly, those guys were sitting there. Nobody was saying a thing, and I just kind of leaned in the mic, said, "You know, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to bed." And I didn't tell him why, but my hernia was starting to tell me. He's like, "Rick, you need to lay down. Things need to stretch out." So I went and got a bag of ice, wrapped up into a towel, laid down, and just kind of put it right there for a half hour. And I don't know, seemed to cut the inflammation down and the swelling. So about a half hour of that, I got back up, threw the bag of ice back in the freezer, and laid down. And I think 10 minutes later, I was sleeping. This is what happens to somebody when you don't have caffeine. You just have no ability after 9 or 10 o'clock at night. You just can't stay awake. Well, at least I can't. I don't know, maybe you guys can, but people say your body adjusts, but here's the thing. Oh, 2:57 already. Damn. We might go a little bit in overtime, maybe just a smidge. But I've been on Mountain Dew and Pepsi since I was in the 5th grade. The 5th grade until July 2nd of this year. That's how long I've been drinking Mountain Dew and Pepsi. And Coke and whatever, Dr. Pepper every once in a while, but I don't like Dr. Pepper very much. Um, Here's the question that someone asked me the other day down on 2nd. And I think I know why she asked me, because one of these days she says, "Hey, Rick," and she's going to throw a Mountain Dew. She's walking past me like, "God damn it, I'll take it." But someone asked me, "Well, if someone just by some odd chance threw you a Mountain Dew, would you take it?" My weakness is, and she knows it. She knows it. She knows I will. She knows I just won't walk past her and not take it. And I said, "Yeah, but yeah, I'll take it. But more than likely, what I'll do is put it in the refrigerator, and when Bob or Joe and Mike and one of those guys come up at night, then I'll just hand it off to one of them. It's like, who wants a Mountain Dew?" One person, they all come flying at me. "Yeah, I'll take it." It's like, one person gets it. Who's taking this? Thank you. Because last time I did that, they all jumped my ass. I had a can of Mountain Dew and said, "Who wants the Mountain Dew?" And they all came flocking at me. I'm like, one person, one. Bob says, "I'll take it." There you go. Oh, you just mention the word Mountain Dew and they're just right there. It's like, God, guys. One person. Bob said he'll take it. But I've kind of canceled them for coming up here for a week or two. I really need to take the doctor seriously and just kind of just vegetate for a while. Not doing anything. And that's, like I said, that's a hard thing for me to do. I just can't sit and do nothing. But I guess this time I'll make an exception and just kind of lay around for 4 days. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to look outside. I want to go outside so bad. He'll let me after about the 3rd or 4th day. So there's going to be at least 2 days where, oh my gosh, it's going to be so boring. But it's for the better. I'll be a lot better off if I do it that way. It's just, I've got to lay around and do nothing for about 3 or 4 days. Then on the 3rd or 4th day, he'll let me go downstairs, kind of as a trial run. He'll say, "Just go downstairs, see how you're feeling. And if you're not feeling right, head right back upstairs and lay down." Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'll do this time. If I'm not feeling quite right, not feeling like something's off, then I'll come back upstairs and lay back down. But yeah. What is my favorite movie? Oh, you just had to ask that. I like action movies. I like I like movies where you can't fall asleep. I mean, there's so much action going on in the movies, your eyes are just constantly moving. Those kind of movies I like. But these slow, drawn out movies that some people like watching, where there's hardly any action, just basically two people at a table talking, and that's I. I'm sorry, I can't do those movies. I fall asleep. That romantic movies, I can't do those either. I just can't sit there and just. I'll be sitting there like this, and I'll just fall asleep. But if it's like the Mission Impossible that I just watched, the latest one, uh, yeah, I wasn't sitting still on that one. That was kind of a high adrenaline movie. At least for me, it was. I liked it. It was kind of different than the first one. I don't know if it's Mission Impossible, but Mission something. I think it is, but I can't remember. But I watched that one, and that was the one that. Yeah, I was. I was I was waiting for the next thing to happen, which usually did. So that was kind of movie. I didn't fall asleep any at all. I was just kind of eyes glued to the monitor, just kind of watching it. So those kind of movies I do like. Um, the 007 movies, Mission Impossible, you name it, of the last 10 years of action movies, I'll gladly watch. Um, the sit down kind of chit chat movies and no action, no. I'd rather not. Horror movies, no thank you. I won't watch those. My nerves can't handle it. Now I know why Bob T gets mad at me every time I startle him. That sudden feeling you get when you get startled. Some people don't like it, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like that. I don't like doing that during a movie. I don't like getting scared out of my skull. I just don't like that feeling. Um, so those kind of movies I kind of avoid. So yeah, Stan, I like the movies that keep your eyes glued to the screen and you can't move because you're always waiting for the next part of that action to take place. Um, all the hurricane movies I've seen. Um, Twister I've seen. Um, Earthquake movies. I've seen all the Earthquake movies. The Earthquake 10.0. I've seen that one. That's a good movie. In fact, I think I have it. And if I don't, I'll ask Darren for it tonight. If he's on Zoom, I have to remember to ask him for that Earthquake 10.0. Um, so those kind of movies I really do enjoy watching. Um, but the laid back kind of lazy movies, no. You won't catch me watching those because I just fall asleep. I just fall asleep. So if it's a movie that has my eyeballs moving, is like kind of wondering when the next thing is gonna happen. Yeah, oh, those are my movies. I don't know about you guys. Um, so Stan, what are your movies? Heather. Who else is here? Ken, Charlie, Head Stash. What kind of movies do you guys like? I know Ken. I think you like the action movies. Um, but yeah, those are the kind of movies I like. I just movies that will put me to sleep. No. Yeah, Jean Claude Van Damme. Yeah, forgot about him. Yeah, wow, what a guy. Um, yeah, I've seen his movies too. Yeah, that's another one. Okay, Charlie, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah. Oh my God, Heather, you just reminded me of a movie. Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China. Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about that one. That's another movie I want. Big Trouble in Little China. That's and funny movies. 12 pack and a dozen or whatever that movie is called. I love that movie. That was hilarious. I forget the name of it. 12 pack and a dozen or something like that. God, I love that movie. It was just fucking. Oh, what's the other one? Home Alone. That's another one I like. Home Alone 2, 3, and 4. Those kids just outsmart those robbers. And the funniest part of it, I think it was Home Alone 2 or 3. And he was upstairs and he whistles at the guy and he looks up. And he throws a paint can at him and bang, knocks him right out. Uh, that was funny. There's a lot of funny movies, a lot of parts in that movie that were funny, but that was the funniest. He whistles at the guy and he looks up and bing, gets him right in the forehead with a paint can, knocks him out cold. Oh, what's the other? No, there's another one I'm thinking of, and I can't think of it. It's a Mexican movie. Oh, I can't think of it. And I can see the front cover of the movie. Um, God, I can't think of it. I get off this live stream, go into the closet, and just boom, right there. I can't think of it. Yeah, Home Alone is a classic. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, that was. Oh. Then the one guy with all the curly hair, he gets electrocuted. He gets electrocuted. Like he gets electrocuted, and it literally turns him blue. Oh God. You would think he would not grab a hold of that thing, but he did anyhow. Yeah. Those are some movies I've forgotten about. The Home Alone movies. Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God. But the other thing, I gotta go sometime to the doctor. My mom's worried about it. Then I'll let you guys go after this because I gotta go. Is my eyes have been watering really, really bad, and my mom's worried that there's something inside with my glands or something wrong. They just keep watering, and they've been doing this for about a week. Jackie noticed it last night. I was sitting there, and it's like, "What's wrong with your eyes?" Like, that's what I've been wondering. They've just been watering and watering and watering for the last week or so, and I can't get it to stop. So my mom wants me after I get done with this hernia, in between seeing the dentist, she wants to take me up to the eye doctor, get my eyes um, lasered again. They'll stick that laser in my eye and kind of see if they're tracking right, and then he'll get down at my gland. Well, actually, what to see your gland, he actually goes behind your eyeball to see what's in back of it, because whatever's in back, it's gonna affect the front and kind of in this area. So he's gonna look under here. So he'll take my eyes and just stick that laser, and it'll do a 360 of my eyeball, and then he'll go look at my tear glands and something else. So I gotta have that looked at one of these days. But that's not really a problem. That's not urgent. It's just something my mom would like to have looked at. I just keep ignoring it. So what if I wipe my eyes? They got water in them. So what? My mom says, no, that's not normal. So now we got another thing to put on the list, and she wrote it down. Take Rick to the eye doctor. Really? Rick, your eye shouldn't be wet. Mom, just forget about it. I'm fine. I said, well, if you don't want to do anything about it, fine. But what if that's... It isn't. So with that, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I do thank everybody for being here. It has been fun, even though I've been doing most of the talking and not looking at chat too much. Have you ever needed glasses? I used to wear glasses if I ever needed glasses, to your question, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna answer that correctly. I did when I was a kid. When I was in fourth and fifth grade, I wore glasses that got made fun of. So one day, and it pissed my parents off. They still don't forgive me to this day. They're still a little irritated at me that I took those expensive glasses, took them off, folded them, and I threw them in the garbage can. I wasn't gonna wear it because the kids were making fun of me badly. So I just took them off, folded them, and put them in the garbage. When I got home, my mom looked at me and said, "Rick, where are your glasses?" "I don't have them anymore. I threw them in the damn garbage." Slap! She said, "What'd you say?" I said, I threw them in the garbage. Why? Because the kids are making fun of me. You won't believe the names they're calling me. You think I'm gonna go back tomorrow and have them call me the same names all over again? Screw you! And I threw them in the garbage. You want them in the garbage? You go up the back and you dig them out of the garbage. Have fun finding the garbage can. I threw them in. Ooh, she was not happy with me. Do I need glasses today? The doctor says yes, but he says you'll do fine without them. Things are just gonna be a little blurry. A little blurry. Let's not just say a little. Up close, they're fine. Far away, they're fine. It's like when I'm sitting here and looking at the monitor and trying to read chat, things are just a little fuzzy with my left eye. With my right eye, I can read it just fine. A little bit. It's a little fuzzy, but my left eye, I can't read it at all. So, yes, I do need glasses, but he did tell me if you don't want to wear glasses, you don't have to. In the hell with contacts. I am not doing contacts where you pull your eye open and pluck the contact. No. My mom, I watched her for a number of years do that, and she had the hardest time with it. Because you have to balance that thing on the tip of your finger, get it there, and then pop your eye open and throw it in. Half the time, once your finger goes horizontal, the contact falls off, and you have to go on the floor and find it. Um, so I'm not doing contacts again. So, or I'm not. I never did do them, but yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go get some water. My throat's kind of getting. So I'm gonna go get some water. Wander down the second floor for a little bit, see if the washing machines are open. Gonna do some laundry. I might come back up here and get on Zoom for a while, but I don't know. That's usually hit and miss on conversations. So I don't know if I'm there. It'll be for a little bit, but I'm kind of in the mood to interact with people today. So, and then like I said, tomorrow my dad will be up here. How I'm going to do the balancing act between waiting for the call from the clinic and then waiting for my dad to get up here. Now I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen first. Is my dad going to get here before I get the phone call? I don't know. I will work it out, but in the meantime, guys, let's see. How am I going to word this? Yeah, there will be no live stream tomorrow. Let's see. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. No, Tuesday. My surgery is on Wednesday. Okay, I'm getting myself backwards. So, yeah, no live stream Tuesday. I will try to do one Wednesday, even though it's probably going to be 10 minutes long. I'm really not going to be in the mood for sitting. The Zoom homies, you guys might not see me for 3 or 4 nights. But again, it depends on how I feel. If I feel like shit, no, I'm just going to continue laying in bed and I'll say, hell with you guys, I'm just not doing it. Um, but if I feel good enough to be on the Zoom homies at night, Wednesday and Thursday, no. It won't be Wednesday. Oh God, I'm getting myself all confused. Okay, Tuesday no live stream. Wednesday no live stream. Thursday no live stream. I will try to do one Friday. But don't be surprised if I get on the live stream say, "Hi guys, I'm alive and well. I'm doing fine. See you later." Um, it depends on how I'm feeling. I might be able to hang out for like 10 minutes, but the way I'm going to be feeling is a whole lot different than what I'm feeling today. I do remember that from the last time I had this surgery. Is you feel kind of funky for the first 3 or 4 days, like something down here is missing because they literally take that hernia and they just pluck it out of you. So I'm gonna feel like something is missing, and they said my body's gonna have to fill in the void because it'll take about inch and a half, and there'll just be a hole there where the hernia was. He's just gonna go out there and just snap it out of there and take the roots. So I'm gonna feel kind of funky. So maybe Friday I might do a live stream, but don't be surprised, guys, if you do not hear from me. I really need to take the doctor's advice this time and just kind of lay around and do nothing. I'm not gonna like it. I know you guys aren't gonna like it because I'm not gonna be doing live streams, and I'm not really gonna be on the Zoom homies for about 3 or 4 nights. Um, that's the way it is, I guess. I gotta take care of myself. I gotta make sure this doesn't. I don't want this coming back a third time because the doctor's really gonna look at me kind of effed up if I have to come back 5 years from now and have the surgery over again. And he's gonna look at me and say, "You didn't listen to a damn word I told you, did you?" I tried to. I really tried to, but no, I didn't. I did for about the first 3 days, and then the fourth day, just I hung it up. But no, not this time. It's just gonna be a flat out 4 or 5 days of me doing nothing. So we'll see how I feel on Friday. I'm guessing maybe the closest that I'll get to a live stream, a full hour, maybe Sunday. Maybe. It depends on how I feel. If I'm feeling like shit and things still ain't settling right, you won't hear from me Sunday either. So, I don't know. It depends on how I feel, guys. But until then, I know I always say this and it feels like I'm not going to see you guys again, but I will. But more than likely, maybe Friday, positively Sunday, because I know by Sunday, all my giblets down here would have settled down and kind of gotten into their place they're going to sit at. All that air that they introduced to my system is going to be out of me by then. Um, so yeah, maybe Sunday. I might try Friday, but don't count on it. And with that, guys, until next time, I'll see you on the next live stream. Maybe Friday, possibly not, but definitely Sunday. And until then, you guys take care. Take it easy. Have fun. Don't worry about me too much. I will be fine. I'm in good care of my doctors, my nurses. Both my parents are going to be up here. Uh, I'm in good hands, so don't worry about me. This hernia surgery is not going to go ass backwards. I know it has for a few people. There's a guy that lives in my building. He told me he had hernia surgery. 3 days later, he was back in the hospital because something down here just went poof. Something inside of it exploded. And so he picked up his phone, called 911, and said, "You have to have the ambulance come back over here. I just had hernia surgery on Tuesday, and whatever they did just exploded." So he went back to the hospital. That was painful. So, yeah, I'll be back, guys. I'm going to be fine. Um, but at the latest, I can probably see you guys again is Sunday. But until then, take it easy, guys. I'll catch you later. Oh, lawn dog. Yeah. Yeah, Headstand. Should be nice if I see you on Ken's Not Live. Maybe I get to see who you are. I don't know, that's up to you. But I'll see you guys. Well, right now I don't know when. But until then, bye for now. Oh. I don't know what you guys are talking about.